the only power. You're the only power.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Power Psych B, and I just want to come out here and give my general thoughts about XDefiant and the last server test from my perspective. All right, let's just get that out there. And I also want to preface this by saying I am a casual when it comes to FPS. Okay, I've never played any COD multiplayer in my life. I've only played the campaigns, and I played the campaigns in my late 20s. I didn't play them at their height. I was a 2K head at the time, so, and I wish I really got into the FPSs at the time of their height when it was great to play Call of Duties. I wish I would have got into it, but I was so stuck in my ways, and I was so like, I don't want to learn how to play something. It was like, I'm gonna stick to my 2K, and I'm gonna play my single players, and that's pretty much what I did. And then as years went on, I did get curious, but because people around my age have been playing for so long, they're so good at the game, it's ridiculous. And then the kids these days have all this information, access to information, and they watch all these streamers, and they just have the movement down pat that I can't even compete. Because I will say I have tried to get into the new CODs. I tried to play on the free weekends. When they had Modern Warfare 2, they had a free weekend, and then Modern Warfare 3, they had the free weekend. I both tried it both times, and I just couldn't get into it because people were just way too good, way too better, and I wasn't gonna get into it. I just couldn't, you know. It's one of those things where people were just so used to playing COD, they were just like, it was like almost like the skill gap was just too big for me to even overcome and even attempt. I don't have the time no more. I have 2 kids now. I don't have the time to just sink in and just play COD unless I was just gonna bottom frag in every single game, which is not fun. Also because you don't want to be that guy that's in getting talked about, as a bottom fragger. It's just,
Oh, that hurt, bro.
anyways, that's just a little tangent just to make sure that people understand where I'm coming from. There was 3 big negative issues that I know about from my standpoint that when I've researched after the playtest that I know is going on. And the first one being the desync of lobbies and netcode. I didn't have really major problems with that, but that's on my end. I also am hardwired into my PlayStation. So, and I was playing on PS5 as well. Let's get that out the way. And I was playing on controller. I'll get that out the way too. But again, I didn't have a DC. I think I only got the Delta/1 code. Yeah, if you got kicked out of the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I only got that code, I think, 1 time out of my entire time playing that weekend. I don't remember me desyncing that much, at least of that I can notice myself. But I know that is an issue, so we're not gonna glaze over that like it's like not an issue. It's a big issue. The second issue that I know a lot of people had was the preferred method. So basically, it's the same thing that COD players have. It's the same thing going on with COD, where controller is basically the preferred method of playing. MK, they have like very hard issues. There's been some issues with the transition into ADS, going from hipfire to ADS basically, where it makes it kind of hitch a little bit, where they lose their shots and things of that nature, and they also lose the white dot that shows them where the bullets are going to go, and that can screw up somebody from, that could screw up a person dying, and that can ruin their experience because they feel like they got cheated out of that death, if you get what I'm saying. So that's one thing that they have to fix for the MMK players, because both methods should be able to play at a high level, at a competitive level, once the game is in full release. Because that's not, in order for the game to be big, it's gonna need to be big on both methods, because there's some people that only play MMK, there's some people that only play controller, but both have to be at a same level where they're both not feeling like they're getting cheated. Because once that happens, you have the situation right now where some MMK players are just pulling out and being like, I'm not playing XDefiant, this is what it is. So, and they've done the same thing with COD. They're like, I'm just not playing COD, because I can't play on MMK on COD. So I get it. That's a second big issue. The third big issue is that SMGs are kind of running rampant. They're kind of like how do I say it? Now I want to say they're overpowered, right? Because you can use any gun to kill anybody in this game. I don't think they need any nerfs or anything like that. Let me get that straight right now. I just think that because of the main issue with them is that you can make them a way that you have massive mobility, and with that the people kind of move unnaturally, and that was one thing that wasn't a big issue in years prior, like the year playtest, like a year ago when it came out, or whenever the playtest was, the last playtest, I think it was a year ago. That wasn't an issue. Like people weren't bunny hopping and like sliding around and doing all this stuff. And it was very prevalent in this server test. People were doing a lot of that, a lot of movement, a lot of unnatural movement where it's hard to track. And it's one of those things where yes, you can get good, but it was a fact of like most of the time when they were doing that, they had an SMG in their hand, and it's just because if you go to the customization of it, you can make the SMG very, very quick and very, very fast. So I think those are the three big things that if they fix right now, the game is like gonna head in a great direction, I feel. But that's from, again, this is coming from a casual guy that has not a lot of time to put into the game, not a lot of time to invest into the game, so for me it was a great game to hop on. This is my one thing about a lot of the free-to-play games. Like I like the finals, right? And I know a lot of people do like the finals as well, but finals is very team oriented when it comes down to actually playing ranked and like doing everything else, unless you're totally just that guy, and I totally understand. You can probably solo queue ranked and do everything, or solo queue play the game. But for somebody that's like a casual that's never really played an FPS or anything of that nature, it's very hard to get into the finals and just get on and play that game. That's why I haven't been back since like December when it came out, just because it's just not fun playing by yourself, because if you're not that great at things, it kind of just leaves you in the dust and your team just kind of gets wiped. While in this game you can hop on and you can just play. You can just hop on, play, and everything's so simplistic and so simple that you don't have to do too much or think about too much in order to be great, if you get what I'm saying. Like I was bottom fragging my first couple games because it's been a year since we played, so I don't remember the controls and remember the guns and then look over like the attachments and things of that nature. But once I did that, once I figured out the guns I liked and the attachments I like to put on the guns, once I compensated for what I was bad at naturally at FPS, what I don't have skill in, I was able to start climbing myself back up. I went from bottom fragging to now I'm ending like fourth, and third. I'm not ending at the top of the leaderboard, but I'm getting there. It's a progression. It shows me, okay, like I can progress in this game. It wasn't too crazy. Like there were people, obviously there's people better than me, obviously 100%, but there wasn't like it didn't feel like they were just so better than me that it was like unattainable to reach. Like some games, like it just, like COD for example, COD feels like it's unattainable to be like at the top spot of like where some of these guys are, because they've just either A, they play a lot, B, they've been playing for years, or C, they just have all the guys and they're young and they got the reaction time and they can just like obliterate lobbies.
Waiting for somebody to just come.
It's a thing of like, okay, I don't have to deal with that when I'm playing this game, and I enjoy that from a casual standpoint, and that will keep me invested in playing the game. Even if I'm dying over and over again, I feel like I can progress, and that's all that really matters as a casual experience. Once we feel like we can progress, we'll keep playing the game. Even if we're ass, we'll keep playing, because eventually we feel like, okay, we can get good at the game. But let me know your general thoughts. Let me know from a different lens where you guys are coming from as well, because I'm very curious, because there's different people that are feeling different ways of the game. And again, I explained why I like the game. The game is, for me, it's just an easy hop on, play, get off. Even if I don't have to get my friends together, I can get my friends together, but I don't have to get my friends together in order to, to be the best or be great. So just let me know how you guys feel about the game. What are your gripes? What did you deal with when you were playing? Do you play on MMK? Or were you experiencing what I was talking about? or were you not? Did you have a pretty smooth experience like I did? Just let me know, because some people are also, we're playing on Wi-Fi, we're playing on hardwire. There's all types of issues. So just let me know and down in the comments, or give a like to the video. I appreciate you guys for your time, and until I have something next for you next
Yo,
time.
it's crazy.
Peace.
Going crazy, yo.
On the zone. 4, 3.
Finally, bro. Finally, that was a positive game, yo. Thank goodness. Went crazy, yo.